1 Chronicles 29, offerings for the temple. And David said to all the assembly, my son Solomon, whom alone God has chosen, is still young and experienced. And the work is great, for the temple is not for man, but for the Lord God. So with all my ability, I provided for the house of my God, the gold for the things of gold, silver for things of silver, bronze, iron, the wood, onyx, he provided everything. Moreover, because I delight in the house of my God and personal treasure that I have of gold and silver, I give to the house of my God in addition. In addition, so everything that he has, and then in addition, he gives all that I've already provided for the holy house. So it goes through and names the things that he has, the rulers of the father's house and the leaders of the tribes of Israel, the overseers, they offered willingly and gave for the service, whoever had precious stones. And at the bottom here it says generosity. It is extremely difficult to assign a modern monetary value to ancient goods and services, but we might compare David's gift for the temple to approximately $1,800,000 in gold and $84 million in silver. This kind of personal wealth is astounding, but for David its value was significant only as provision for the temple of the Lord. He never lost sight of the fact that both honor and riches come from God. They are to gifts to give, to use, and to remove. All right, the people rejoiced because they had given willingly, for with a whole and blameless heart they had offered freely to the Lord. You should give out of you should give out of willingness and cheerfully. Sometimes when you go to churches and you start hearing the pastors talk about giving time, people are like, oh, here they go with the speech. No. Like, you should be excited. Yes, now is my time to give back to the Lord. Now, whatever the church is, people are not going to be perfect in churches. You might see a little bit of corruption, but God will take what you've given and you trust God doing with it what needs to be done, right? With everything. And then we've got David's prayer. Therefore, David blessed the Lord in the sight of all the assembly and said, blessed are you, O Lord God of Israel, our Father forever and ever. Yours is the greatness and the power and the glory and the victory and the majesty. Indeed, everything that is in your heavens, on the earth, is yours is the dominion and kingdom, O Lord, and you exalt yourself as head over all. Both riches and honor come from you, and you rule over us. In your hand is power and might, and it is in your hand to make great and to give strength to everyone. Now therefore, our God, we thank you and praise your glorious name. But who am I and who are my people that we should be able to offer as generously as this? For all things come from you, and from your own hand we have given to you. We are sojourners before you and tenants, as all our fathers were. Our days on the earth are like a shadow, and there is no hope of remaining. O Lord our God, all this abundance that we prepared to build you a house for your holy name, it is your hand, and it is all your own. I know also, my God, that you test the heart and delight in uprightness and integrity. In the uprightness of my heart, I have willingly offered all these things. So now with joy, I've seen your people who are present here make their offerings willingly and freely to you. O Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, our fathers, keep forever such purposes and thoughts in the minds of your people and direct their heart toward you, and give to my son Solomon a perfect heart to keep your commandments. That's a nice thing to pray for your kids. Pray for a perfect heart to keep God's commandments, your testimonies and your statutes, and to do all that is necessary to build the temple for you, for which I have made provision. Then David said to all the assembly, now bless the Lord your God. And all the assembly blessed the Lord of God, the God of their father, and bowed down and honored the Lord as the king. As to the king as his earthly representation. Sacrifices, they go through and they tell all the sacrifices. They ate and drank that day before the Lord with great rejoicing. Then Solomon again made king. They made Solomon the son of David king a second time, and anointed him as ruler for the Lord, and Zadok as high priest. Then Solomon sat on the throne of the Lord as king in place of David his father, and he prospered, and all Israel obeyed him. All the leaders and warriors and also the sons of King David pledged allegiance to King Solomon. The Lord highly exalted Solomon in the sight of all Israel, and bestowed on him royal majesty, which had not been in any other king before him in Israel. Thus David, the son of Jesse, reigned over all Israel. The time he reigned was 40 years, and he reigned 7 years in Hebron, 33 years in Jerusalem. Then you got the death of David. He died in a good old age. Do you want to die in a good old age? I want to die in a good old age. I like that. His 71st year, full of days, riches, and honor, Solomon his son reigned in his place. Now the acts of King David are written in the Chronicles of Samuel the seer, and of Nathan the prophet, and the Chronicles of Gad the seer, with the accounts of all reign, his power, and the times and the kingdom which came on him, and all the kingdoms of Israel. I love this. The notes here, it says, David and his people give generously and worshipfully, joyfully, teaching everything we offer already belongs to God, which we already know. So great. David's not a perfect person, but his heart is humbled and seeking God. Turn your hearts toward the Lord for everything. All right, we're done with another book. How exciting. New one tomorrow. I'll see ya. Bye.